everyone, welcome back to Spoiler Alert. I'm Sean, your host, and with me today, as always, Alana. Alana, how's it going?
Very well, thank you, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. You're my partner in crime. So we've got this is actually a really awesome update for Need for Speed No Limits, and kick us off. What can we expect here?
Yeah, so we're starting Need for Speed off with a bang. So something's brewing, a storm is brewing. We have a new limited time series event coming. So you'll team up with Tyler in an unprecedented storm, and then you get the Bugatti 110.
Ooh, some Italian there, nice.
Yes.
Very fancy Bugatti, very cool. So what else do we have? So Extreme Racing Championship is back, and there's a new challenger in town. Who is it? It's a mystery that you'll have to find out. More importantly though, can you take them down to earn the Lotus Evora GT4300?
I'm excited. We have been introducing new characters every single update, so I'm really keen to see who's behind the helmet on this one, Sean. And then we continue. We're going to join Ivy, and she's going to put a call out for you to earn the 67 Chevrolet Camaro SS in the latest Proving Ground event.
Very cool. And we also have new customization options are now available in the mod shop. I know fans have been wanting that. So, customize your ride. And we also have a new car series is debuting in this update.
Yes, a new car series, and what our players have been waiting for, new Vault events are back. So we're really excited to bring that back to our players because we see them asking for them a lot. So check out our social channels. We'll be posting the new events that will be coming up throughout our update.
That's right. And, it would be spoiler alert without having someone from the game team talk about one of the very cool things we've got going on. Before I introduce my very good friend, Sahan, before I introduce him, basically in this update, we have a new exclusive wrap, and this wrap is awesome. So we're going to be celebrating the Chinese Ghost Festival, or a Hungry Ghost Festival, as it's sometimes called. This marks the time of year when the tables are turned and the deceased are believed to visit the living. So during the month of the Hungry Ghost Festival, which is a Chinese festival, the gates of the afterlife are thrown open and ghosts are free to roam the earth in search of food, entertainment, and mischief, which, those are three of my favorite things. Very, very cool. So joining us today to talk about this wrap, our spookily good artist, Sahan, is joining us. Sahan, how are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Doing pretty well. I'm an artist on NFS, and I worked on this wrap this time around, which was good fun.
So I wanted to jump in to learn a little bit more about this wrap. I don't know too much about this festival. So could you give us a bit of background as to what inspired you with this wrap and elements of the wrap?
Yeah, sure. So what I did was, just a lot of research around the festival, which is kind of it's in sort of a Buddhist Taoist kind of tradition where it sort of began. And it does have a sort of spooky element to it, but, it's about respecting those who have passed on and who have come during this, I believe in the 7th month, usually around the 15th day. There are different countries and regions that have sort of their own, idea and feelings towards this festival. So it does vary a little bit. But I just kind of wanted to get a grasp a bit of both, the spooky feeling, which is kind of, this sort of fun aspect of the festival too, as well as try and pay respect to the actual traditions behind it. Some of the traditions and visual aesthetics that come from the festival are things like these paper mache sculptures that a lot of people make, which do tend to get burned through the festival, just as offerings to, these spirits that have come to, I guess, our world at this point, who are also looking for food and things like that. So there is a lot of food and offerings provided by the people to these spirits. So that's what the wrap kind of entails, is a bit of everything. Like most festivals, it's loud and it's got a lot of visual sort of aesthetics and colors, bright colors, which, I tried to put onto this wrap and then capture a bit of, the spirit feeling and things like that. And it does, because it's sort of tied to this spooky feeling, it has some, really interesting and fun masks and things that come out of it. So if you see on the hood of the car, there's this sort of mask there, which is representing the Ghost King. And then this Ghost King kind of is the one that leads the festival, and people make these big paper mache sculptures that get burned in representation of this king. This specific one on the wrap is from more of a Thai tradition, so they make these masks, and I sort of took from that one. Whereas, there's like the rice and the food, and one of the other artists on the team who has been to these festivals told me that the roast chicken is a big part of it in a lot of offerings. So I had to get that on there too. And how often do you get to put a roast chicken on a car wrap? So that was kind of cool to do and work into it, as well as doing some of the things that represent the spirits, which they can take different forms, from animals to attractive people even. So there's a few animals and spirits that kind of entail that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I actually love this wrap. I think it looks so good. And I think when we were kind of discussing it, it really, and as you're talking about it, it actually gives me some kind of like some Spirited Away type vibes, with all the ghosts and the food. That's really cool. So my last question for you, Sahan, is: do you have any experience with the supernatural yourself?
Thankfully, not a whole lot. But funny you ask, actually, like this past weekend, I had a bit of a creepy moment. Like I decided to sleep in, I think on Saturday, and my partner had gotten up and left the room. And I turned around to go back to bed. And I swear I felt like this pressure on my feet. And I thought it might have been my dog that jumped up. There was no one there. So I was like, nah, I'm getting up. Let's go back to bed.
Maybe this is a good, it's an alarm ghost or something, like getting you to get on with your life, like get your life started, get out of bed, Sahan.
Right? Yeah, I could deal with probably that level of it. Anything more, nah.
No, thanks for sharing, Sahan, and thank you again for joining us. It was really cool to hear about the rap and the background, and educating a lot of our players from different cultures out there. So thanks for that.
I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Cheers.
Thank you. And Sean, as always, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure chatting Need for Speed with you.
As always, I love it. Thank you, Alana, and thank you, Sahan. It was, I asked Sahan to lay some facts on people, and man, did you deliver? I didn't know all that. So that was actually awesome. That was great. Yeah.
That was super cool. Well, this update as well is a special one. It's been supported by the Victorian State Government and Film Victoria. So thank you very much to the Victorian Government. And also, if you have what it takes to rule the streets, come and prove it, and we'll see you at the starting line.